Multiple loves. Vera once told me she believes in multiple loves. Am I one of them? Or are we just in a loop? Days later, beach over, back to the grind. Technology patiently waits for me to return to the fold. My partner ensures my inbox won't choke me to death. Opportunity stands in the parking lot, ready for my audacity, my drive for central completion. Delusion rests comfortably on the couch. Fear is strangely unavailable. Perhaps after vacation, fear takes a holiday itself. Pressure, on the other hand, it's wildly apparent yet subdued due to my overabundance of total mellow. I feel mellow. I feel like things kind of matter less. I feel calm. I feel empty, but in a good way. My so-called vacation with my favorite stripper and my wife was relatively uneventful on the whole. Uneventful. Seems like your delusion engine is back up to speed. The alpha presented itself in my mind. Back to grind we go. True that. We are back in the pressure chamber. Pressure is one thing I can always be assured on. Pressure is the only course at the buffet of doing your own thing that is absolutely free. It's the coffee of your day, a constant drip of the finest pressure you can take. Vera offers little to no pressure. I should take that as thanks. I may seem high on the critical of the gal when in reality her benefits are multiple. She never begs. She never asks. She rarely intrudes. She doesn't cling, chase, or truly question. She accepts and is open for what's next, even if she'll likely say no. She's still interested in the query. She doesn't choke or smother. She doesn't use it against me. She doesn't threaten me. She never puts me in harm's way. She never shows any jealousy. And maybe that bothers me a bit. She sounds like an ideal woman, perhaps. I wonder. Of course, the transaction is our act of admission. Once you pay the toll, you may not realize just wonderful this turnpike of erotic wondership could be. Often, though, the girl on that turnpike, Vera, if you will, exists there and only there. So if you're capable of functioning that way, then everything, all of this doesn't matter and is infinitely fine. The problem is that one little bit, the recognition that we're in the loop, and only in the loop is the reality we experience seem to connect, or matter is the one thing that kinda gets me. A memory opens. Back the beach club. We go up staircase and the VIP warden offers us her favorite room. He pulls the velvet curtain aside and we cozy up to a leopard print seats, a lit candle and ample ambient darkness with a touch of light. It's a perfect let's fuck den like experience. I can only imagine what all has occurred in that room. The club allows a full nude experience. She eagerly gets down with the get down, so to speak. The minute we enter that room, the transaction initiated the fantasy. Vera comes online with full bandwidth and support. She is full force. She is exactly what I've loved since I met her. Raw realism of honesty and sensual chemistry. Our loop initiates. We fall back into our places. Our connective thread of existence comes online. We experience a kind of reality, but it comes with distorted twist. After a bit of dance, I get hit with a powerful statement. She glides down my body, full nude. Her whole body's warm and comforting. She is intensely beautiful, delicate, naive yet complex and powerful. Mid-grind, the words come that haunt me as I write this. This doesn't have to end, you know. Vera says, straddling me, her eyes staring downward at the intersection of bodies. She's perched above my cock, grinding close, intently looking at what could be possible and letting me know the reality of it. For a second, I record the moment in the most high definition of notions. I format and erase some old memories from childhood, or my fear of flying for the pristine glory of this statement. It doesn't have to end, does it now? Well, hey, you got someone now, you know. I reply in an attempt to short-circuit the system. Surely it should end. My need to complete things. My logical mind jumping into the emotional, sensual moment with a strong hint of let's complete this loop. Game over, right? I mean, she does have someone. I have someone. This is an exercise, it's a transaction, it's that and only that. No, she says rather plainly, as if this is not the case whatsoever. I believe in multiple loves, she says, looking up at me, shaking her head, refusing to let go of this moment, to let go of our loop. We are not at the start. There is not an end. We are in the middle. This loop, it's like another lifetime on pause. It's there when I want it. That's what she's trying to tell me. I don't know how she does it. How does she compartmentalize this activity? Does the transaction allow her to reserve a slice of herself in this loop? Is it really true that Vera exists only in the right circumstance of existence? Fiddle the reality, add the right mix of things, and the loop comes online. Vera appears like apparition in a moment and offers you the world of Vera at your fingertips. She's like roller coaster that's ready to rock if and when you are. I should be in awe of some power, such raw intensity of being, something I should be able to relate to, yet I find difficult. In this moment, one of our best together moment occurs. We, of course, take a bunch of photos. We live through these captured moments of erotic chemistry. We go through the pics with glee. We talk about the ones we love, the ones we hate, the ones that are so true. They expose the magic of the loop, the magic of us. It feels good until the next day, 10 hours later, after the tequila has worn off. I get the text of it was a good time, and she's right, it was a good time. Some good pics I had just seen. She texts me, just seen. That's the part that hits me the most. She has no memory of taking those pictures. The girl doesn't remember any of this. Only Vera carries the memory, and she's gone. She's in that loop, in that club, in that transaction, waiting for me. The girl is pleasantly surprised by the pics, the fun we had, Vera and I, not her and I. And this is the curse I carry, it seems like. Most, if not everyone I would tell this story to would say, I have it all. I have a just in time, in that loop girl with benefits. Of course, there's the transaction, but in reality, a small price to pay for a girl that delivers on your fantasy in the most uncompromising way possible. Maybe my own reality construct can't handle it, so I keep fooling into getting yet one more data sample, one more room, one more moment, one trip into the loop for fidelity's sake. It makes me think of Westworld. I'm stuck though. Which one of these characters is me? I think I'm Delos. I think Vera could be both. We need a few more tests. Out of the beach and into the frying pan, I'm having one of those moments. Fear may be on vacation, but my mellow is fading. The eerie is near. It's unsettling. I took a half day and spaced. Watched some new Netflix show called The Society. I can relate to the unraveling notion of society. Is my business unraveling? Actually, I think it's about to get really, really intense. And the question is, am I up for the ride, and what will matter in the end? Shifting realities exposed back in my home. You No, she's pretty, the Alpha said in my mind as Allie got ready to go out with her friends. She's petite in a bigger girl kind of way. Shed some pounds and hell, we'd all be beautiful. But right now, and as always, she's always pretty to me. Sure, no stripper, but those eyes, curves, smile, that fierce, fierce spirit, sexy. She has a glow about her lately. Vacation was good for her. I've been a slug in isolation as of late. Back from vacation, but tapped mentally. I have it too easy, too simple. I should be striving harder, reaching higher. I say that to myself in order to wake myself the fuck up. It's not all easy. I just often think I should be suffering more. Back to the boredom. What started it all is back restless, never-ending boredom. I got locked in a temporal state of dysfunction often. It used to bother me a lot. Now I know it's part of phase, a cycle of action. I'm often my best against a deadline, against a sea, a pending doom, flying into the sun. That feels good to me. But can you believe it? 5 books later, and the curse of boredom continues to plague me. This is how the club got a hold of me in the first place. I needed that other mission. I needed the quest of Vera to keep me going. I sense a disconnect though. I'm too clingy. I'm not right now, not ready, or not the one. I don't know. I know I'm not the one, but the me and Vera communication channel is eerie, silent. This is where modern communication norms fuck me up. I want to say hey. Technically I did say hey, but responses were simple, short, and that's it. I guess I could be on the edges of Ghost Nation. I did ask for this, right? The proper rejection. Though that's not really her style. But her style is on or off, and right now I'm off the menu. She's preoccupied with a few things. New man, new orientation of that man. New feeling, loyalty. She is fiercely loyal to what she wants. And I think she's content on what she has in her grasp. And I'm not in that palm of her hand per se, so I'm either parked for reserve or ripe for Ghost Nation. Part of me fears what comes next. Engaged hellos and miss ya. That friendly hey connect. Or the when you gonna club next reorientation of the regular-like notion. Of course, what do I want? The friendly hello. The friendlier hello. And I'm thinking of yeah. Or the transactional hello, get down. I'd be lying if I said any one of those without the get down. Ah, there we go. Sweet, sweet chemistry. I feel like assuming the role. When I assume the role, things get easier. I think less, yet burn more. I open myself to the anyone who could please me, yet I sacrifice my true intimacy notions on a would-be gamble of true connection. Even without her, she exerts a kind of control. I'm not really shopping, at least in direct view or connected impact to her, meaning I'm not at the club, not spending my dollars on some other gal. Part of me looks at this kind of control, loyalty and wonder man, WTF happened to me. This is what the best marketers in the world want to harness, product loyalty devoid of product engagement. Apple has this kind of power, if you think about it. I don't upgrade my laptop or phone until Apple tells me to. I will go years without newness, with the awe of the Apple experience, and await my time under the apple tree. Vera commands a certain kind of pull as well. I think I lend it to her, really. I enable this because of the power of that initial crush, and then friendship, and then largely that notion of who we are in that little VIP room, and the comfort. I always have a sense of gained ground, lost ground when it comes to Vera. I don't think of that typically with other friends. Then again, we're not really friends. A memory opens. Shots. Okay, I can do this. My brain calculates the shot depending toxicity to able to drive without incident ratio goodness. Simply put, I can do a shot at 11 p.m., knowing by 2 a.m. I'll be fine and confident, yet if pulled over, still have to say I was drinking tonight. That's the analysis that goes through my brain. One would think just fucking enjoy the moment. Sure, I want to do that, but what I want to enjoy more is a seamless get fucking done with shit existence without fucking myself up. A DUI's the last thing I want. Nice piece of ass, you bet. Sorry, don't want DUI. I don't know how she does it, I think to myself, as Vera slips into a mode of enhanced intoxication. She downs the shot and takes a big swig off my beer. Whatever I buy for me is really for her. This is our drill. We're on a comfy leather couch. I'm looking average me, the expected self. I get it. Known, understood. Vera is basically naked except for a thong covering the party town. She is straddling me, excited, comfortable, smooth, warm. Yeah, you get it. She's hot, sexy. She is what you asked for. This is the allure and delivery of the VIP experience. Me? I've successfully conned myself into a $500 moment of fun. To some people, this is a car payment, or new phone, or Xbox, and 4 games, or medical bill, or rent. To me, it's expected dues for pleasure on tap, to feel special, to connected, wanted, present. In the beginning, it was to feel. I couldn't feel much. My father passed kinda unexpectedly. Yes, he was on the path, but he was recovering, and then gone. The plan my father had worked on for 10 years turned upside down. He was lost. I didn't pick up the book on life or the new book on death. How do you grieve properly? I had no idea. I kinda broke into pieces in a way. I threw myself into work 24/7. Building an empire was my goal. I didn't need to feel anything. Just chase the cash, get paid, get better. My relationship with Ali suffered. I didn't feel close to her, to anyone. I couldn't express my grief, my absence of measure. My benchmark for who I was supposed to be, gone. My disconnects piled up. I didn't care. I was isolated, lonely, hungry in a way. Meeting Vera and getting ignited into wanting and feeling again was rebirth of sorts. Sure, I wrestled with the particulars of it, hence these writings, the constant drama of real or played or not, etc. But that is who I am. I build futures of a living. Those futures have parameters, scenarios, controls, protocols, all the fine-tuning like aspects that go into a whole reality, a vision, a future experience. This is what I do. I manifest reality. And yeah, I grabbed onto a piece of Vera and formed a reality of my own. I likely took her for a ride that she enjoyed as well, and now we're on the next of it, whatever that means. By now I could feel plenty. I'm just fucking addicted to Vera. We're good friends, I say, watching her till her head a second in mid-beer swig. Round 2, the beer nearly gone now. Puzzled and about to speak, comes over her. Know this, she says, pointing at her grinding on me. Our level of comfort, our level of connection, the get off the we are into each other aspect. This, she continues, isn't friends. Friends don't do this. She ends in frank statement. I recall the moment pretty vividly, this correction given. We are not friends. This isn't a thing friends do. We're more, or other. More, or other. That's been our quest. Of course, now I feel like the game has shifted completely. But hey, it's not like I'm burning cash, like I used to. Reminds me of Sophie. You need to be careful. I've seen many men come in here and break. Sophie, my friend and favourite waitress, tells me in her Betty page, like beauty. She was a stripper once herself. Sophie is hot in a word I cannot easily describe. She's refined allure with hometown comfort. If she fucks you over, it's likely cause. You deserved it. Don't get me wrong, she likes being superior. But they all do. Who doesn't? You haven't broken yet. You seem to be okay, she said, staring at me intently. This was about midway point in my journey now that I think about it. Memories close. Back the Ghost Nation. I mean, aren't I asking for this? Release, etc.? I don't know. Maybe it's just a proclamation of your specific orientation, meaning, yes, we're not friends. We are transactional partners on a sea of, oh yeah, baby. Who knows? I just sense the disconnect. This is in part due to me not wanting to just be a transaction. Maybe that's all I am to Vera, though I don't think she means for that to be the case. But the problem is Vera and the girl. They don't occupy the same memory, really. Maybe my fantasy is for the manifestation of Vera, the one in the club, the one who would never hurt me, right? No idea. Right now, my primary mistress keeps me occupied work. The amount of work to do be done is terrifying, really. The responsibility only goes up. The pressure doubles every 6 months. The ease I feel is directly related to cash barrier before pending death. These are the cold, hard facts of my reality. Get cash, survive or die. Yet in that implosion of failure, I know I'll rebound and be better. I'm constantly reassured that by local players in the tech space, a memory opens, intimate networking in a millionaire's home. He's an old friend. He made millions. For some reason, we're friends. I'm known for super connection powers. I can meet anyone, talk to anyone, and align with anyone easy. I know all the players, tech to money to power to new kids on the block, and the sour old folk. Every startup knows my name. Every Fortune 500 company within 500 miles of hometown knows me. The Silicon Valley has me on file. I didn't build or exit the $1 million company, but if you need X, talk to that guy. That's me. It's a dinner party meets tech round table. We've been doing this for 4 to 5 years now. Get founders and CEOs together, meet, drink, tell our stories, share our visions, problems, and then ask for help. The party consists of 15 people. 6 are my clients, another 6 are people I know. The rest bonus folks brought by my millionaire friend, Alan. It was a good time. I MC the evening. That is, keep us on time and on track. I'm loud. I cue the talk, cut you off, and make sure everyone speaks. 2 hours later, and we're coming to a close. I'm set to go home. I don't network well anymore. I'm antsy for doing something more productive, even if that's me at home, debating what to do alone in the dark. That's more comfortable to me, in some ways, than a crowd of people. I'm about to leave. Alan breaks from his crowd of people who want to know him, touch him, feel the cash that's his approximate value. Hey, Parker, hold up. Alan grabs me as I'm about to exit. Okay, so you're turning 50 he says. Yeah, I say in a kind of sense of defeat. I'm not super excited about 50, really. How's it feel? Alan asks me. Is it him or the gin, I wonder? I don't know, some done, not enough. I reply candidly. Dude, you have one of the best reputations in town, like it's bulletproof. You are genuine, you're smart as hell. You're an architect of... Next. You realize that, right? Like anything you want, just take it, he says as I nod and slip out the door. Memory closes. Am I bulletproof? When do I pat myself on the back? Like never, though I do agree on one statement. Even on my down days, I outperform the norm. I get trapped in the regretful cycle loop. What do I regret? Doing something bigger, connecting better, or accepting where fate takes us, technology and relationships. Maybe I regret the notion of control, and it's not regret I feel or embrace, but the acceptance of what is. Tech teaches me that lesson often. Does it apply to me now? My relationships? Is Ghost Nation just a reality I need to accept? And what's on the other side of it? And am I done with the club, or is it done with me? Cash always finds a party. Where will it find me next?